Welcome to ELH4X4 Doing Stuff. This is going to be part 4. We're going to be doing the cab corner and plug welding underneath. So let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, not bad. Not bad. Right. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Yeah, we'll be able to hammer that around and get stuff plug welded underneath. And then once that's all finished, I'm going to move my attention to this inner bumper bracket. Maybe clean up the frame a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of crusty around these support areas, but I mean, this doesn't look like it's structural. It goes through the frame and is welded, so we could clean that up and maybe put some I got Pour 15 paint that I should have used on treating the inner and outer rocker panels, but I didn't think. I forgot I got all these things. So anyway, all right, let's get into it. Oh, we also got to touch up some of these welds and get this weld finalized. All right, I'll show you what we got going on here. So we got some bad welds, okay? But that's why they make filler. And we got everything all nice and spot welded up underneath, and it's not like we had to go through every single spot weld up the top, off of the up on the top, because they all broke. You know, because of editing, we don't worry about that. And then we got some we could use some filler right here. We're gonna have to anyway. And then we're not really worried about this because that's gonna get covered. But I'm gonna get this cab corner cut, mocked up, and then we'll put some filler up in this area, and also maybe coat paint. I got the Pour 15 paint that I didn't use. I should have, and we'll just go back over all these welds and stuff. But that's where we're at. So we're finally able to get to the cab corner. This outer is it's done. It's installed. It's in. Inner and outer rockers are complete. We're going to move on to the cab. All right, we have a lot of fitment issues with this, but for the most part, we got it to where it's kind of flush here. And then we'll just have to, you know, tack and kind of manipulate it over to this direction and then push this thing back in. You know, I had to open this up a little bit. But before we even think about welding, we got to go over here and coat this stuff and get this ready for some cream. Anyway, I'm going to tape the areas where I'll be plug welding and then just coat over that with the body filler. So I'm not a body guy. I don't know what 2% is when you're the mix ratio, but it felt like it was starting to harden. So we got all of our areas that we welded covered, and then we'll go back over there and sand it all down. We didn't even get to the rear bumper bracket, so I think this is a good area to stop. It takes about 15 to 18 minutes for this stuff to harden, so we'll see if that actually worked. All right, that's what it looks like with the primer. We did a little bit of sanding. Right, we're not worried about this because this is going to be covered. But we got to go back over. I don't know why I didn't, but I got to clean this area up where I'm going to be spot welding. That's where we're at. I'm not really worried about you know, some imperfections, because I'm probably going to go with a textured paint on a rocker, you know, like a bed liner or something like that. So anyway, all right, we're gonna continue to work on the cab corner. All right, we got everything somewhat reasonably lined up. And then I'm gonna have to like tack and move, you know, this front body line in and tack it as I go. But as soon as I get done doing that, I'll bring you guys back up to speed. All right, so we got some seam sealer going on here. We got our body filler put in. The winds are starting to come in. This is March 4th in central Tennessee, you know, just north of Nashville, and we got a high winds alert. So what I'm going to start doing is kind of cleaning up and then move over to the other side and start grinding. I can grind in the high winds. I just don't feel like having all of my other stuff out during this high wind advisory. So all we got to do is clean this up a little bit, and then this side is done, and then we'll move over to the other side. But I won't do that, you know. This is enough. It's very difficult for me to go through and set the camera up while I'm trying to do this stuff. So yep, we still got to do, where are you at? The bumper support back here. All right, I'll leave you at that, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, we're gonna get back into it. I'm gonna hit it up with a palm sander. I'm going to use 60, 100, and 150 because that's what I got. All right, well, we got it in primer. There are some imperfections, but we can go back over that with filler. At least now we got it covered, and it's done. So yeah, like I said, I'm not a body guy, and I'll have to put up the hours. But of course, the first one, you know, I think I got something like 30 hours into it, right? So when it started getting windy, I came over here while I'm locked out. I already got the inner cut away, the outer somewhat out. I left the locking mechanism at the bottom so I can shut the doors. But, you know, this took me less than a half an hour to get to that point because of, you know, being familiar of what needs to happen and not taking too much away back here. Right, not cutting any of this out until it comes time to separate this panel from the back of the cab. And I still got to do this bumper support. All right, so this is going to be a lot easier when the bed is off to get to the inner bumper support. And what I'm going to do is take a piece of the inner bumper support and fix this frame, because the frame is kind of rotted from the trailer hitch area. The frame ends right here, and this part right here is rotted out. So I'm going to cut that out and use the old inner bumper support to fix the frame. All right, so we got the inner bracket. We welded a chunk of frame in. Is it strong? I don't know. Does it look good? No. Is it in the frame? Yeah. And then we treated the rusted spots with the Pour 15. But I am somewhat ahead of schedule, and yeah, hopefully I can get this vehicle done and get it back to the rightful owner before he gets done doing what he's doing. But thanks for watching ELH 4x4 doing stuff. Inner and outer rocker panel with some horrible body work. So we'll see you at the next one.